Now, you know how I know I'm getting older? Because I sneezed the other day, and my whole back popped.
It
was my back. Yeah, it was my back. The whole thing to the neck bone. Then the doctor hit me with I didn't believe him that it was gout at first. He was like, it's gout. I said, what?
I've never heard of it like that, dog.
That's why I told my mom. I said, man, my ankle been hurting for years. My back been hurting. I said, it could be everything.
You gouted out.
I'm full of gout. And I was just looking at the doctor like.
Am I dead?
Steve Jobs is dead. Walt Disney is dead. I'm dead.
I was like, man, I thought that was for older people. He's like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like, man, you're 30, man.
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn.
I'm sorry. What's going on? What's going on? Late night family. We're back in the building, coming to bring you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew. I'm your host for tonight's inquiry. Hey, that sounds good, right?
Pretty good.
Vocabulary increasing.
Change it up, change it up.
I'm your host for tonight's episode. King J, also known as Nephew. To the left is the co-host.
JR, Big Unc.
Man, what's up, Big Unc?
Shit, heat.
Hey, it's hot, ain't it?
Boy,
hot tamale.
But y'all got air now.
No, we don't.
No?
No, we don't. Yes, we do, but no, we don't.
Shit, we don't need
they installed it, but it don't work.
Dang.
It only works to cool the
machines.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's been hot.
We be out there in the we're like Stanley Yelnats on holes out in the desert digging holes.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. You keep digging.
Us too, dog. And it's been like we got 2 fans plus all the ceiling fans from the warehouse.
They just be blowing hot air.
All the doors open, dog, and it still be hot, dude.
Bro.
Just going through bottled water after bottled water.
That's how it is at the job too, bro. And it's crazy because like if you're my old job was, they got these fans inside the modules.
Yeah.
And it just be blowing just hot air. Dog.
Hot air?
No, it be blowing hot air.
Just a regular fan.
Yeah, you get in front of it and it just be heat. Man. Like the devil just went like,
man.
He just,
That's how we are too, man. Oh, these other ones they cool off a little bit, though, but
not good enough, right?
Of course not. You're just lucky you're getting some type of air in the warehouse.
Yeah, facts.
Because other than
that, you be heat stroking. Y'all be in there.
Dude, I wish we'd get like I don't care if we got a dust devils coming in, as long as
some breeze,
air,
some sort of breeze.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, just be looking at your partner like, hey,
dude,
just blow on me real quick.
I saw a video earlier today, Holmes, and it looked like a dust devil.
Yeah.
But it had to be a tornado.
Yeah?
In the desert or where these kids are at.
It looked like a tornado?
Dude, it was spinning fast, dude. And these kids were running in it. And you could see where we would pick them up and throw them. Not like
far,
but
just for real?
Dude. So I'm like, that's what I need for my bucket list. Because
you need one good dust devil.
I want to see what the cyclone does from the inside. So if you ride a EFO or whatever, you might survive.
You might survive it. Yeah. It might just pick you up a little bit
and just throw me. Even if I get some broken ribs or something, that'd be worth it, man. But
hey, that is crazy.
But it is a trip, dog, when I seen it because these kids are running, man, and they're trying to catch up with it, and they jump in the middle. You see where it swoops them up and throws them out.
Damn.
It's crazy, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It might have been AI.
I don't think. Well, usually it says in the bottom AI.
Oh, AI generated?
Yeah.
I gotta say, no offense, but the older folk, y'all be getting duped with AI.
But this look pretty legit. I mean, because I be looking for the AIs. Some of them are easier to spot, some are not.
Sometimes they be getting you.
Sometimes I'm like, man, if it's AI, that's bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
He's good.
Man, he's good. That boy good.
That boy good. Speaking of that heat,
Man.
speaking of intense heat, I got a hot and juicy true crime for you tonight, huh?
I know you had told me. I'm like, okay, true crime.
Yes,
It's been a while.
man. We're tapping back into the roots, man. I got a good true crime story that I've been wanting to cover for a little bit. I actually forgot about this story, but it came. I want to sound professional, and this came across my desk.
Okay.
This files came across my desk this morning.
I get those on mine too, but mine's a rolling cart.
Yeah, man, and it's a good story. So, man, y'all strap in for the ride. We got a good true crime story for y'all tonight. But before we jump into that story, we just want to say thank y'all for everybody that watches like usual, man. We really appreciate y'all. We love y'all guys. We could not do this without y'all. Shout out to all our supporters out there, man. Y'all keep rocking with us, and we're going to keep dropping awesome content for y'all guys. If this is your first time actually clicking on and watching, welcome to the Late Night family. Welcome to the Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew podcast. We hope you enjoy your time with us. And if you do enjoy your time with us, do us one small favor. Hit that follow button for us, man. Hit that follow button for us if you really enjoy the content. And also, share us with your friends and family, man. I promise it's going to be a good time. Anytime you're with Uncle Nephew, it's going to be a good time. Even when we're talking about dark things like today, we're going to try to, it's going to be a good ride, man. So do us a favor, share us with your friends and family. And if this is your first time on YouTube, man, all our YouTube gang out there, man, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a punch to the teeth so that you get notified every time we drop a video, and that's every other Friday. So without further ado, y'all, let's jump into today's story. This story is so crazy. There's going to be some twists and turns, so I will say, you got a pretty good detective brain on you sometimes.
Try to.
So halfway through this story, you might figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So we're gonna see if that detective brain kicks in.
If it kicks in and I figure it out, I won't say nothing till the end. 'Cause I don't want to be a spoiler for nobody.
Yeah. We can't do no spoiler alerts out here. We're in Whitesboro, New York, right? It's Whitesboro, New York. Dr. Mary Yoder was known as a kind of person everyone liked in the community. It was a good community. She wasn't famous or nothing. She really wasn't wealthy. I mean, she was doing good for herself, but she was very well respected in the community. Mary and her husband, Bill Yoder, owned a chiropractic practice. They had been owning it since the 80s, man. They were well respected in the community. Friends described her as very warm, energetic, caring. She raised children. She built a successful business with her husband, created a life many people would envy. And see, she was 60 years old, but you couldn't tell because her physique was not of a 60-year-old woman. She took care of herself. She took very good care of herself, man. Worked out every day, ate good, took supplements. I mean, she was in great shape, man. She didn't look like a 60-year-old woman. Some of her hobbies included, outside of the chiropractic office, she was a big lover of gardening and planting, just being outdoors. And she actually had a garden that she was just, that was her, that was her proud thing at her house. I mean, she tended to it. She was always in it, when she was at home, just, picking weeds and getting her garden the way, she loved to look at it. It was I guess I'm not a good planter. I ain't never planted nothing. But, some people just got the green thumb, you know what I mean, and can do it. So, that was like her prized possession at home. And, she worked long days, man. She remained active. There was nothing to suggest that she would ever have any issues, man. And so, as this business has been building, they are going through the community, and they're having a lot of repeat, customers since they've been around for so long. Man, there's been families and generations of people that have been going to them for years. So it's not like that they were any envious. Like nobody was envious to them. Nobody hated them.
They just made it.
They were just they were beloved through the community. So, anyways, like I said, Mary Yoder was in great shape. So nothing could have suggested anything of what was about to happen to her. She had a son that I'm gonna bring him up because he's a big part of this case. She had a son named Adam. Now, out of her kids, she was very worried about Adam because he had a bit of a troubled past growing up. I mean, he got in and out of trouble. He was kind of, he was like one of those kids where, you know, you want him to do good, he just don't, man. He's messing up. But, you know, he's trying to go to school. He's trying to, you know, she believes in him. I mean, of course, as any mother would.
Son,
And so she's been worried about him lately. And, you know, he worked for the family practice for a little bit.
Okay.
And he was actually a receptionist for them, kind of helped them out around the shop. And after a while, he kind of left to focus on school. Well, before he left, he actually found a replacement for them. And so the replacement he found was actually his girlfriend.
Okay.
And her name was Caitlin Connolly. And so at first, Mary Yoder was kind of hesitant to bring her in because her and Adam were kind of an on and off couple. And she just thought, her and Bill got together and just thought, well, maybe it wouldn't be best bringing in a couple like, you know, his girlfriend to run the business, because what happens in the case of they break up and she's going to have to work here. It's going to be awkward.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, they brought her in anyways, and she became a godsend for them.
Okay.
I mean, she was running the business flawlessly. And here's why that's important, Unc, because, see, Mary and Bill were kind of getting to a point where they were wanting to retire.
Okay.
You know, they were getting close in age to where, you know, see, she's 60. Bill was a little over 10 years older than her.
Oh, okay.
So he was in his 70s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're getting to an age where they're kind of wanting to retire already.
And do
but
something,
exactly. And of course, it's not an overnight process. It's going to take a little bit because they're going to have to find some new people to take over the ropes.
Right.
So it's going to be a little bit, but they had a plan. See, their goal was to retire in the near future, and they wanted to take, they were planning a trip together, her and Bill.
Right.
They were going to take a month-long cruise.
Can you imagine?
A month-long cruise. Just to kick your feet up and relax, bro. Like, does that
Not
sound...
on a cruise, but
What? Oh, man. You scared of boats?
I want to be on... I've already told myself I want to take a cruise because it looks amazing, but it's still the ocean.
Yeah, it is a little scary. And when you get out of the boat and you look and there's just no land.
That's my problem, dog.
That's a little scary, dog. I ain't gonna lie. So anyways, you know, that's their plan. So they're wanting to take over. So they're kind of slowing down. They've actually reduced their hours. They've actually kind of cut back on days. They're closed more days. So they're in the process of doing that.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, she's a godsend. Caitlin has been a godsend for them because she's running the business. She's taking care of everything. They're kind of being able to take their hands off of the business a little less.
Right.
I mean, a little more by more, just kind of letting her handle all the calls and appointments. I mean, it's to the point where she don't even got to take calls no more. I mean, she's doing everything for her. You know, but again, you know, the two had an on and off again relationship. It was described as turbulent. Their relationship was filled with breakups, reconciliations, arguments, accusations, emotional highs and lows. But like I said, despite the instability, Caitlin became connected, you know, with the family. And at first glance, she wove into their lives. But see, this is the thing. The relationship between Adam and Caitlin was continuing to deteriorate. And eventually, you know, the prosecutors in this case would argue that resentment had turned into obsession for them. And I'll tell you why. So let's kind of skip ahead a little bit. Things have been going well for them. July 20th, 2015. One day, Mary goes into the office. It's a big day for her. She's got a long list of clients. It's a Monday. Bill gets up like normal, 6 in the morning. He gets up, he goes, he does a little workout in the gym, starts cooking her breakfast. Mary gets up, she starts getting ready. Bill knows better not to mess with Mary. She's not really like a morning person to get up and eat breakfast and stuff, so he don't even bother to make her nothing. She doesn't eat nothing on her way out. She just kind of dashes out the door, you know, says her goodbyes to Bill. She takes off. She gets to work. You know, Caitlin's already parked outside waiting for her to get there to open the door. They get in, start the day like normal. It's a busy day. Like I said, she's kind of going in and out of clients. Well, a couple hours into the shift, Mary goes into one of the rooms with her clients, and she starts feeling a little bit of discomfort in her stomach. Kind of like she needs to throw up. She's feeling sick.
So she's nauseous.
She starts feeling nauseous. And again, like I said, she's 60, but she's healthy, man. She never really gets sick. So, you know, she kind of brushes it off. Maybe it's just something I ate, or maybe it's because I didn't eat this morning. She's just whatever. You know, she kind of continues with the patient. Well, it gets to the point where her stomach gets so upset that she has to kind of stop mid-session and run to the restroom. And she just starts throwing up.
That's crazy for her. Dog, or what anyways, go ahead.
Exactly. So she takes off and she starts puking. I mean, she's throwing up in the toilet a lot. I mean, and she's like, man, she feels really sick. Well, she gets to a point where she kind of, when you throw up, after a while, you kind of get some relief.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so she feels a little bit better. She cleans up the toilet best as she can, and she kind of gets back to work. At first, it seemed like a stomach bug. I mean, it was nausea, vomiting, severe digestive issues. She was having diarrhea. And the symptoms started escalating rapidly. I mean, family members were becoming alarmed because they're like, man, you don't ever get sick. You know, what's gotten into you? Here's the thing. She kind of has a point where she goes to, it's about lunchtime. Kaylin can start to sense that something's wrong with Mary.
Right.
She's like, man, she don't look herself. She looks real pale. She ends up leaving for a couple hours. She ends up coming back. She just doesn't look good, but she finishes the day off strong.
Right.
All things considered, she gets through her day, but she's still feeling sick. She gets home. She's still throwing up, Monk. She's still from both ends. I mean, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So it's to the point, where she goes to bed with Bill, and she's actually so sick that she can't really even sleep in bed with Bill because she's constantly getting up, going to the bathroom. And so what she decides to do is she tells him, look, don't worry. I'm just going to sleep downstairs on the couch because they have a restroom right by their living room.
Right.
She's like, I'm just going to stay downstairs so I can be in and out. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. She does that. She goes downstairs. She falls asleep. Well, Bill gets up in the morning. He goes downstairs and he automatically notices something's wrong because she's looks terrible. She's super pale. Yeah, she's on the couch, super pale, super weak, and she's just, she even knows it.
So what? I wonder what it could have been.
Check this out. She tells, so what Bill does is he gets the phone and he calls their oldest daughter, who's a doctor.
Yeah.
And she tells him what's going on, and she's like, you know what? You need to take mom to the ER. At first, she wants to get up and shower herself. She's like, I don't want to go like this.
Right.
She kind of wants to do herself up.
Yeah.
But as she gets up, she realizes that she really can't.
Wow.
She's that sick. They rush her to the hospital. There's that. They check her in. She's not doing good.
Right.
She looks sick. So they check her in. They give her fluids. They're working on her, giving her medicines. And for a second, she seems like she's getting better.
Right.
She kind of calms.
Right.
She's in the ER room. Doctors were searching for explanations. Nothing made sense.
Right.
She was so healthy. Why is she so sick like this, man? Healthy people like this don't automatically just get sick like this. Bill's tired, so she tells him, go home and get some rest. So he heads home. He kind of, falls asleep, and then he hears a knock in the middle of the night. He goes to answer the door, and it's some sheriffs. And they're like, Mr. Yoder, we need you to get to the hospital immediately.
Dang.
He in a frantic, he gets ready, he goes, and as soon as he gets there, he knows something's wrong. Mary looks terrible. And not only has she gotten worse, she's now on life support.
Dang.
Like she got bad took a turn for the worst.
Just on what you told me, I'm trying to, go back in my memory, and I'm like, what could it have been? That she didn't eat.
Yeah. See, and the only thing she did, I may not have brought it up earlier, but the only thing she did was before she went to lunch to go visit her 92-year-old mother.
Yeah.
She went to her back room. So next to the building, the chiropractic office in the back, like where the back rooms are at.
Yeah.
She actually ran a side business of selling protein shakes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So instead of eating that day, which I should have brought that up earlier, instead of eating that day, what she did was she took one of her meal replacement shakes.
Oh, okay.
And so,
but just one?
Yeah, just one. She made a shake. She took them.
Right.
But she takes them every day.
Okay.
That's something that she does on a daily basis.
There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. So that's why they're not understanding how is she this sick.
Right. What could have happened between yesterday and right now?
Yeah, to cause her to... Bro, she's on life support.
Right.
Her organs are failing.
Wow.
And they keep having to bring her back with electric shocks. She's weak.
So to me, that's some type of blood poisoning.
Something is wrong,
right.
dog. So check this out. Of course, Bill calls his kids, hey, y'all need to come down here.
Right.
And, man, that was the night, man.
She passed away.
She ends up passing away, man. On July 22nd, 2015, Mary Yoder died. She was only 60 years old. Her family was shattered.
Right.
But their grief quickly transformed into confusion because something felt wrong. Something was very wrong because Mary hadn't looked like someone dying from natural causes.
Right.
She had looked like someone who had been attacked by something invisible, man. And investigators were about to discover exactly what
I
something
was
was.
going to say, I know they had to have done an autopsy.
So, yes. So, after she passed, of course, so they were going to cremate her body. But before they were going to do that, they wanted an autopsy.
Oh, okay.
When the autopsy results arrived, initially, the first set of results, nothing was out of the ordinary. That was confusing. They did an autopsy on her,
Right.
but they also sent off her blood and stuff
Right,
for testing,
yeah.
for all that extras. The initial autopsy revealed that there really wasn't nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But when they got the results to the blood test, it stunned everyone. Mary hadn't died from a disease, She hadn't died from infection. She hadn't died from some rare medical condition. She had been poisoned.
Like I said, was what though?
So the toxicology report revealed colchicine,
Which is?
a powerful medication usually used to treat gout. Usually. So in small doses, everything's okay. Colchicine can help patients in
Their
large
joints.
doses. Yeah, it helps with your joints. It helps with
Right.
inflammation and swelling. In large doses, it will destroy the body. What it does is whatever cells it attaches to, it tells those cells to destroy themselves. So if you take it in large quantities,
So everything is
will shut down. Any organs that it starts affecting will shut down. So there's no easy rescue. Once severe colchicine poisoning begins, by the time symptoms appear, the damage is often already underway.
It's irreversible.
The medical examiner ruled the death a homicide.
Oh, because of how much she had.
Exactly.
So
Someone had intentionally poisoned Mary Yoder. Now, detectives had a murder investigation on their hands, and they needed a suspect. So, what do they usually do?
they start with the husband,
Right?
family, and then co-workers and
Anybody else
friends,
associated?
yeah.
People who may have had a disdain for her, or
Yeah.
this is where it's going to get a little weird, because so after Mary passed and the funeral goes on, the oldest daughter of the family is trying to bring the family together and
Right.
just kind of help her dad through this tough time.
deal with this time. Yeah.
So she suggests to the dad, hey, you should go with mom's sister and kind of meet up with her because she lost her husband as well. So she's been through this type of grief. Maybe y'all can both kind of work this out together and help each other out. He does that. He kind of reconnects with Mary Yoder's sister, and they do kind of help each other out. And, they're just trying to bring the family together, try to get past this hard time. Well, the thing about that, Unc, is they kind of go past helping each other out.
I kind of figured that when the daughter said, "Kick her with my auntie."
Like, why?
They both been through trauma, and when that happens,
Trauma
a lot of times, yeah.
Yes.
So they got.
It looks like they started to get more than just.
So it became more than just friends, which in
Now,
reality, to police, that makes it look suspicious as.
Now that's a motive. Maybe. Could it be a motive? So that's now. So now
Yeah, that's the
they're
first
looking
thing I
at the
would've thought
husband.
too.
Exactly.
Especially if they're in a relationship other than brother-in-law,
than just brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now they're kind of looking at Bill like, hey, hold on.
Yeah.
Were y'all
How soon
talking
was this?
before?
Yeah.
And Bill did reveal that they were having a tough time. Their marriage may have looked like it was so great.
So
But on the
what
outside,
happens behind closed doors stays behind
exactly.
closed doors.
He did reveal that they were going through a little bit of a tough time, but he had no intentions of leaving his wife. It's just he was lonely at home. She was working a lot more than he was.
Oh, sister-in-law was there for him.
And yeah, she was.
Before
She passed, they
So he
were
was
already kind
they
of
were
connected.
already.
But he said there was nothing intimate
no
between them.
sexual, nothing.
They were strictly friends. Just now it's reached a point where maybe they're kind of getting too close. Of course, they start looking at him, but I mean, there's really no heavy evidence against him for anything. And, you know, of course, who's next? They start looking at the son, Adam. And I'll tell you what.
Was he still working there?
No, he wasn't working there. He had been going to school.
Right.
But he had a pretty strong alibi. They're kind of scrambling for answers. They're like, man, who next? I mean, maybe Caitlin, but she's just a receptionist, you know, this and that. But then out of nowhere, a breakthrough in the case. A big hint comes in.
A hint? From
Months after Mary's death, investigators receive something extraordinary. They get an anonymous letter. The writer claimed to know exactly who killed Mary. According to the letter, Adam Yoder had poisoned his own mother. That's what's the letter's written.
What would be the motive for that?
So check this out. According to the letter, Adam Yoder had poisoned his mother, and it was a shocking accusation, and it came with very specific details on.
The letter
specific enough that investigators took it very seriously. And let me tell you why,
Well, they probably had stuff on there that only the killer could know.
Exactly. One day, of course, I mean, they're going through, they're going through people, so they call Adam Yoder in.
Okay.
For questioning, just to ask more about his alibi. You know, what was he doing on this night? How was his relationship with his mother?
Right.
So as they're talking to him, they notice he's very agity. You know, very tense. He's kind of, you know, it just he's not looking too good. But then as they're talking to him, he kind of chills out a little bit about his mom.
They figured out his...
Because they're not questioning him like if they're accusing him yet.
Oh, okay.
They're just asking him about his mother, about his relationship, things like that.
So that's when he calmed down.
And that's when he kind of calms down. And so then, you know, they're like, man, we need to bring up this letter. You know, they kind of bring up the letter, and he's appalled by it.
No
he
fingerprints,
says,
no nothing on that letter.
So they were going to send it off for fingerprints, you know, things like that. They ask him, you know, hey, you know, we got a letter, this and that. And they wanted to ask him, is there any way we can search your vehicle? And immediately he kind of gets defensive, and he's like, I need to speak to a lawyer.
Was that in the letter?
So watch this,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's strange to me, nephew. You just throw that out there like, hey,
can we search your vehicle? Right. And so that's his immediate reaction. What the hell? Why? Yeah. And then he's like, I need to speak to a lawyer. So they do connect him with somebody. They leave the room. They let him talk to a lawyer. When they come back in, he's kind of with his head down. He's just he looks nervous. But the form that they gave him to search, he signed it and slid it across the desk. He said, go ahead.
Oh, consent form.
Yes. So investigators go straight to his Jeep, his Wrangler. Very specifically went to his passenger seat underneath it. Because in the letter, it says he has evidence underneath his seat in the Wrangler. Strangely enough, a bottle connected to colchicine was discovered in Adam's vehicle.
A bottle of colchicine?
Yes, a bottle. It was tucked away in a little cardboard box with a receipt showing that he purchased it with Adam's name on it.
No wonder. But
check this out.
But who would know? The girlfriend.
So check this out. A bottle connected to colchicine was discovered in Adam's vehicle exactly where the anonymous letter suggested it be found. That should have been a breakthrough,
exactly.
Right? Case closed, except for one problem. I'm telling you,
fingerprints. No.
Adam had a strong alibi, man. And the detectives it was too convenient. It was way too convenient.
So is that how they felt, or they thought they had?
That's what the detectives thought. They just said it's too convenient that somebody wrote the letter knowing exactly who wrote the letter. It's looking a little strange to them. Investigators determined he wasn't even present when they believed the poisoning occurred. It looks almost staged, almost like someone wanted police to find it. Detectives began asking a new question. What if the letter wasn't exposing the killer? What if the letter was part of the murder itself? So check this out, okay?
So the murderer,
this is crazy.
Well, it had to be the murderer because they knew. So
they knew exactly where it was. As detectives dug deeper, attention shifted toward Caitlin. Because
the girlfriend,
yes, because now who else?
Right.
The woman who worked at the office, the woman who had dated Adam, the woman who had access to both the Yoder family and the chiropractor office. Investigators uncovered evidence they believed connected her to the anonymous letter. As they dug into Adam and Caitlin's relationship history deeper, they realized it was more than just on and off. They were getting pretty rough with each other.
They were beating each other.
Matter of fact, Adam, when they were looking at him as a suspect, they actually dug into his files and found out that he was accused of rape
Oh, shit.
a year ago, before the murder happened.
Rape of
a woman.
Oh, they didn't mention the woman.
They did. It was Caitlin. But then Caitlin dropped the charges.
And got with them?
And got back with them. Exactly. They're toxic, bro. So that's why they're like, okay, she's not as innocent as she looks.
Who is?
Exactly. They start looking at her, and she actually admitted that she did write it. Okay. But she maintained that Adam was responsible for the murder.
So she knew where the box was at.
And she told investigators, look, I did write the note, but it's because I wanted to expose Adam because he killed his own mother.
Even after he raped
and I was afraid.
He got back with him.
Yes.
So we're supposed to believe you.
So she brings that up.
We're going to believe you because...
Look, he raped me, but I let him go. But, you know, I figured he was going to hurt me next. So I wanted to expose him and get him found out. She insisted that she was trying to expose him. But see, detectives didn't buy it right away.
One question, nephew. How did that get into his mom's system?
So watch. We're about to get there. So detectives didn't buy it at first. To them, the letter looked like a deliberate attempt to try and frame Adam. That's what the lead detective was thinking, because he's like, how would he know?
Or why
would he expose himself like that?
Right.
And why would she so conveniently know where it's placed? You know, this and that. I mean, it was just too convenient for them. Who ordered it? Who paid for the medicine? Who had access to it?
Right.
Their investigation increasingly pointed towards Caitlin.
Okay.
It's looking more like it. It gets crazy.
My mind is going berserk right now because I'm thinking two different scenarios now. I'm hoping neither one of them are right.
So let's now that we kind of know all these facts of the case.
Right.
I'm going to go over what happened a little bit before the murder.
Okay.
And we're going to dive in, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and how this came about.
Okay.
On December 22nd, 2014, 7 months before Mary's death, the killer went into a New York supermarket and used cash to buy a prepaid debit card for $150. 9 days later, the killer then used that card to pay for 1 gram of colchicine online.
Which is enough to kill how many people?
Bro, 1 gram is enough to kill dozens of people.
So is that toxic?
It's that toxic.
So
and
how could he get it? See, that's now you got to wonder.
Now check this out.
You got to have a license for something like that, apparently.
Check this out. They needed a letter of intent to purchase this medicine. So the killer used an official letterhead from the chiropractor's office. And they put that they were using it for an experiment on plants. And signed at the bottom was Adam Yoder's name and Mary Yoder.
His mom.
Then, on February 6th, that's my birthday.
Yeah.
On February 6th, 2015, the package arrived at the office for the colchicine. Katie signed for it like every other package, and she just stuck it with the other packages. Like, you know, that's what she does. Signs them, puts them over there. She signed it, put it with the other packages, and at some point in the day, the killer managed to smuggle the package out of the office at some point. Without anybody seeing. 5 months later, the killer on July 20th went to the back at some point when Mary was where she kept all her supplements. They took the bottle of colchicine, they measured out just enough to where it wouldn't kill her right away. Just that way it would look like an illness. Because if you put too much...
A 24-hour illness.
Because if you put too much...
Exactly. Deadly illness. So
If you put too much right away, they'll die fast.
Oh, like
that's not what you want.
So it's similar to cyanide.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, if you put too much at one time, it will kill you.
Right.
I mean, fast. This needs to look like an accident, or like it's just naturally she got sick and died.
That's what the killer was saying.
Exactly. So they measured out just enough, and they put it in her personal supplements. Okay. Later that day, like normal, she goes, she takes her medicine, she takes off to go see her mom, comes back, sick. She starts getting sick. That's when her stomach issue started.
During her session, right.
So, it's crazy, dog.
So
So
there's too many hands.
Right, that's what it seems
pot.
like, right?
There's too many hands in that pot.
That's what it seems like. But the investigators...
Too many known hands at that.
The investigators were able to piece it all together. So that's all the events that happened that led to her murder, right?
Her murder, right.
Okay, well, this all fell apart when they took that bottle and sent it out for fingerprint testing. Guess whose fingerprints came back on that?
It would have to be Adam or Caitlin.
It was Caitlin's. And let me tell you why. Her and Adam had been fighting, and finally Adam said he was done. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
So Caitlin's a killer?
Watch this. He told her, I'm done with you. And she said, oh, no, you're not going to be done with me just like that. Without you feeling some type of hurt, you want to hurt me? Cool. She goes to the office one day, and she has access to everything. She's the secretary. She's the receptionist. She goes online. She's the one who buys the prepaid card. She then puts the prepaid card in Adam's name. Then takes that prepaid card at the office and orders online. Sends a letter of intent because she has the letter there.
Yeah, she has the letterhead,
she has the letterhead, everything she needs from the official office.
Right.
And she has Mary's signature, and she signed Adam's name. Sends it in. She gets it in. She signs for it, tucks it away, takes the bottle home. At some point, she takes it to the back. She knows where all Mary's supplements are, and she knows what's hers. She knows all the ins and outs of. She knows all the ins and outs of Mary's life.
Right.
So she poisons Mary's bottle.
So she befriended her so good and then kills her.
She snapped when Adam left her. So her way of getting back at Adam was taking the one thing he loved the most.
His mama.
Was his mom. Her fingerprints were on that bottle, and they arrested Caitlin Connor.
Bro, I was thinking the husband.
Exactly.
When you threw that little 30-second segment, because we ain't heard nothing from the husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides, he befriended his sister-in-law.
Yeah, because that's all they had on him, man. They had nothing else on him.
So it was Caitlin all along.
The whole time, Monk, who plotted and
Pinche
planned
tóxica.
it. Dude, she had access to everything, and she was able to do it all.
Dude.
So she gets arrested, right? Here's where it gets. This is so crazy, dog. In 2017, Caitlin Conley went on trial for a murder. The case immediately captivated the public. The prosecution portrayed a calculated killer, a young woman who had become obsessed with a failed relationship.
Right.
Someone who allegedly poisoned her boss and then attempted to frame her ex-boyfriend. The defense painted an entirely different picture. They argued investigators had gotten tunnel vision. They suggested other possibilities, including Mary's husband, Bill Yoder. They said, we haven't looked at him enough. They questioned whether police had ignored evidence painting him elsewhere. The courtroom became a battleground. Every text message was brought up, every email, every relationship, every motive examined under a microscope.
That's crazy.
When jurors finally deliberated, they could not reach a unanimous verdict on the result,
jury?
A mistrial.
Wow.
The mystery remained unsolved, right?
That's 10 years ago.
So check this out. Prosecutors weren't finished. See, a second trial followed. Again, they presented their theory. Again, they argued Caitlin had orchestrated the poisoning. This time, the jury did reach a decision. Caitlin Conley was acquitted of second-degree murder, but she was convicted of first-degree manslaughter. The distinction was significant.
Yeah, you're looking at 30 years to life
now
to
maybe
10 to 15.
Dog. Jurors rejected the murder charge but concluded she criminally was responsible for Mary's death. She was then sentenced to 23 years in prison. For many observers, that should have been the end.
23 is a long time, though, man, but, I mean, it's not really for murder.
Right.
You know?
See, but at some point, I mean, it's
to me,
something.
every murder,
if you take a life, you should get life.
Take your life, yeah.
That's not even the end, huh? That's
more?
not even the end. It
was
was not even close.
2017. The second trial was what?
Oh, it was right after, immediately after.
2017 still.
Years later, huh?
So she's almost out of prison already.
Here we go. Years later, the court case took another dramatic turn.
Wow, she was already convicted.
Appeals courts examined evidence that had played a major role during the prosecution. In 2025, New York's highest court overturned Caitlin Conley's
The Supreme?
conviction. The court ruled that cell phone evidence had been improperly obtained and should not have been used. The decision did not declare Caitlin innocent, nor did it determine who killed Mary Yoder.
Right.
Instead, it concluded that significant evidence had been admitted improperly. After serving years behind bars,
you can't use that evidence ever.
Caitlin was released while prosecutors
Last
considered
year.
their next move. The case that once seemed resolved suddenly became uncertain again.
Is she living in Plainview, Texas?
No.
Okay, because, I'll hit her up.
So you could give me a little bit.
Yeah, you killed me.
More than a decade after Mary Yoder's death, and after facts remain unchanged, Mary's gone. A beloved character, a wife, a mother, a woman who walked into work one day and she never came home. See, the investigation uncovered poison, an anonymous letter, a frame-up theory, a conviction, and then a stunning reversal. Yet the central question still haunts everyone connected to the case. Who really poisoned Mary Yoder? Was investigators' original theory correct? Did they identify the right suspect but make critical legal mistakes? Or does the truth remain hidden somewhere inside a case that has divided families, investigators, journalists, and true crime followers for years?
This is insane.
I mean, whatever the answer may be, the death of Mary Yoder remains one of the most fascinating and controversial poisoning cases in modern American history. And for those who loved her, the search for certainty continues, because until the final chapter is written, the mystery of who killed Mary Yoder is not over.
Fucking crazy. That's insane, nephew, because there's so much things that I'm going in my mind that police could have done or to prevent or to convict. I never even heard of that drug, okay?
Me neither.
I wouldn't even know. In order for me to find out what that drug was, I'd have to look it up. And that's going to be in your search.
Yep.
Somebody search that up. I mean, do all doctors know about this drug? I don't know.
I don't think so, but it makes sense that she would know about it because they work in a chiropractic firm. She might be prescribing colchicine to people with gout to help with their joints and stuff.
Possibility, man. That could be, because that like I said, that for me be like, okay, we gotta do more research. I'm not even doubting the husband. I'm not saying he's a killer.
Yeah.
But if he's knocking his sister-in-law off before the death,
I mean, that's hella motive.
Yeah.
That's hella motive.
The son, was he in a bad spot to where he needed money bad? And did she have life insurance?
Well, see, here's the deal. She didn't.
She didn't have
That's
no
what
life.
I'm saying. So that's why they were pointing to Caitlin, because they're like, what did they really have to gain?
That's what I'm saying.
Because there wasn't a life insurance policy. So they weren't getting any money.
That's insane.
Now, the husband...
So that's just diabolical murder.
Exactly. And here's another detail that I can throw in there. I just remember right now, when investigating Bill Yoder, they had, of course, the motive was y'all struggling financially, but that wasn't a deal, because when he retired, Bill Yoder had said that his father had left him an inheritance on the way. So once they retired, they were going to be well off.
Right.
So it's not like they were just struggling or they needed money or he needed it.
So
they had plans.
That pretty much takes him out of the picture.
That's why the cops stopped investigating him, because there really wasn't a motive for him outside
it makes sense with
the alleged falling in love with his sister-in-law. But
So nothing ever came out of that.
no, I mean he says that it wasn't intimate before, and he stands on that. And as far as Adam, I mean,
So, I mean,
he said he loved his mom.
Yeah, what would he gain from
Nothing
that?
to gain other than losing his mom.
Yeah,
It seems like
it's
Caitlyn
obvious
has
that he
all
didn't
to
like
gain.
he didn't love Caitlyn, so. But Caitlyn was, and no jury can really convict her, dude, because I mean, if you have a mistrial, and then
to get your conviction overturned. She recently, I had looked it up when I was doing the research.
Does her family have money?
She was released from custody in February of 2025. She's stayed out of the spotlight since her release, but she previously participated, which I didn't know, in a 3-part Hulu docuserie on Hulu, a 3-part called Little Miss Innocent Passion.
I never even heard of that.
So you might want to go watch it,
Yeah.
see what facts I may have missed.
Yeah,
But I mean, because of course, I only do the research that I can.
Okay, because the story you told me is similar to
what Ashley Flowers
Ashley
covered.
Flowers said, but
I know she covered it.
Yeah, she covered it, and when I was listening to it, I'm like, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yours was worded different than hers.
Right, of course.
So, but yeah, so she covered it. So I kind of knew where we were going with this.
Right.
But because when you told me the name, I knew my mind was already working. I was hoping you got way more details, different details than she did.
Yeah.
That's why I was really, is it really him or not? Until you said about the Jeep. I knew right away it's the same story.
Yeah,
so I knew the
yeah.
outcome. But yeah, I mean, I think you did a great job on that, nephew. Because,
Appreciate it, no?
like I said, I've listened to this story before, and yours is way different to where people will be like, "Who's this?" Now, I would rather have them listen to ours first, and then go listen to Ashley Flowers.
Yeah,
because it's the scenario's the same, everything's the same. It's
just
the
worded
wording.
a little different. And
wording.
the way I try to put it is like, I can bring out that she's the killer immediately, but
Right.
I kind of want to leave some suspense there.
Of course,
because I
'cause
want
that's
you to
why-
wonder.
Yeah.
Because there's so many weird
mean-
facts about the case, dog. It's like,
I was
who
saying,
is it?
I'm still asking questions because I'm not saying she's not the killer, but she's free for a reason. Somebody knows something that we don't know.
That's what I wonder, dog. How is she still free though? And how did they? I mean, I get it. They overturned her thing.
Yeah, but
because evidence was
It's been
entered
over a year
improperly.
already,
But dude,
and you can't go back to trial yet. So the defense has nothing.
or the prosecution.
I mean, the prosecution
Yeah.
has nothing in order to go back to trial because they lost a lot of privilege,
credibility because of entering evidence improperly.
improper searches or whatever.
Dog.
Hey, that's what search and seizure.
That's why it's so important to do what you're supposed to do it the right way.
It's so important for people to know the law. Okay?
Yeah, facts.
The law itself, the people that, let's say, police officers, they're just humans.
Yeah, facts.
So, like you and I, we know some things, but sometimes we word it different to where people think you don't know what you're talking about. Same thing with the law. They may think they know the law, don't know it, and do something wrong, and that's how.
Because sometimes they think they're the law,
Yeah.
but they're there to uphold
And I've been seeing a lot
the law.
of videos when they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you're there, you're working for me."
Yeah, you're
You're a
work
public servant.
You're a public servant.
You know?
Yeah.
You're not above the law, and you're not the law.
You're not the law.
You're there to
uphold the law.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing.
And they take it. I see it, man.
Sometimes they do take it a little overboard, man.
So that's why I be like, please don't pull me over, Mr. Officer.
He said, "Let me just do what I need to do."
Let me just get to the house. Let me just say bye to my daughter or something, because if you pull me over, I ain't gonna say hi bye to nobody
Hey, for
for
real.
a while.
And you don't think too like me, dog. Sometimes I leave the house with no shoes on,
Yeah.
something crazy.
You're trashed out.
Yeah,
dog. And I'm
like I
man,
be in
get
a little
pulled-
tight shirt, and I'm like, man, if I go to jail right now, I look stupid.
Man. They
You
put
don't
me
see
in,
me on the
when they
Hell
put me
County
in-
mugshots?
Yeah, dude. Is that a small T-shirt he's wearing?
Is that a woman's T-shirt?
God, dog. He look like he's 3 to 4, 5, 6 X. He
He got on the medium.
So I told my coworker this morning, I'm like,
Oh man.
I think I need to go to a 4X because I'm wearing too many tube tops to work. And she's like, they're 3X. I said, yeah, but when I reach,
Hey,
dude,
dog.
why are they not? Okay, so I ordered some shirts from work, 2 T-shirts. Actually, 3, dog. Did I not leave one here or something? I can't find it, dog. Man, somebody put a voodoo on me or something, dog.
You can't
I
find
bought
it?
me 3 work T-shirts, dog, with our logo. And I don't know
You
where the
can't
red one
find-
was. I don't think I left it nowhere. Well, anyways, those are long, dog. They're like...
Yeah, they fit you long.
Before they shrunk a little bit after I washed them, they're like, man, you're wearing a kimono, which is a nightgown, right? Because it was long, dog. Why can't all 3X ship me? Because I be buying them at Walmart, the George brand.
Oh yeah.
Man, they right up the buckle, dog.
If you
If I come
wash,
up, man,
dog,
oh,
I will say this: if you wash a Walmart shirt and dry it,
It's over with, dog.
it's over, dog.
That's why I have so many T-shirts like this. I'm constantly buying the George T-shirts, the $5 ones.
Oh yeah.
That's all I wear. I like the way they fit.
Yeah.
But I constantly buying. I don't want to go to a 4X, but I think I'm gonna have to, dog.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard.
insane because
Hey.
I just barely went to a 3X about last week, and
Hey, but he needed to get to one about 3 years ago.
Yeah, man. So I've gotten bigger.
Oh man.
But anyways, man,
But yeah,
that's
man.
a great ass story, dude, because of not being aware of your surroundings.
Right.
How many times have we not been in town? And I noticed, you and I, when we're walking at Walmart or whatever,
yeah.
we can notice when there's people just like oblivious to what's going around them.
Yeah.
I mean, this world is not that easy. For people to be just like
That people live life
shopping,
on easy
I'm
mode.
sorry, I didn't mean to spit on you. Shopping like if they own Walmart,
Yeah, like they just be- they just
they
know-
have
they don't
nothing,
pay attention to
like there's
nothing
nothing
around
going on in this
Rob
world.
is scanning.
We got wars, we got hatred, we got just so many violent things that are out there because of lack of education.
Yeah.
And not just people that get kidnapped or people who don't pay attention, but
Yeah.
even the kidnapper or rapist, they're doing things because they've had too much worldly decisions that don't come out great. Whether it's sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever it is.
Hey, that's crazy. Rock and roll is crazy. I like rock and roll.
Yeah, me too.
Ain't never made me want to do nothing
Me
crazy.
neither. But I mean, people used
I get
that
what
in
you're
the
saying,
60s
though.
and 70s.
Like you're
Oh,
saying.
this is messing up these people's mind.
Yeah,
The hippie era in the late 60s, early 70s.
The like
love
rock and
and
roll
peace.
is destroying it. Yeah. I get what you're saying, Unc. A lot of people. We have free will, dog. Some people have too much free will.
Dude, I talked about that today at work.
Yeah, bro.
'Cause Sophia had mentioned something. I said, the problem with this, Sophia, with our society is free will. Nobody's holding each other accountable anymore.
Yeah.
I understand free will, but nephew,
People
I'm gonna
fail to
tell
realize.
you, hey, you need skincare. Not that you do, but that's what you want. You want someone to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Hold you accountable.
Hold you accountable.
Hey, you know what? I've seen that. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep, nephew, or you're getting circles around your eyes.
Yeah.
Your cheeks are drooping. What's going on?
Or
with
if somebody tell you like, hey, you need
what?
to stop. I
Maybe
know that you drink too much sodas, man. You need to kind of cut back.
Yeah,
or
because I can see
somebody.
some things.
Yeah, somebody help you out.
Being held accountable is something that we all need because it's so easy to drink a 12-pack of Coca-Colas when you're not thinking about it.
Yeah,
because you're not thinking about
it.
Oh, this is you take a day off or you're off and your kids are doing their own thing because sometimes
facts.
even little kids are like they don't want to be around mom and dad. They want to be playing on their own.
Yeah, just playing on their own.
And you're letting them play and you're there. I'm like, hey, I'm watching a movie. Look, soda, popcorn, candies. And next thing you know, it's 4:00 in the afternoon and you're bloated and you don't want to do nothing. That's free will. But
there's
if
consequences.
your wife would have said, hey, husband, that's your 5th soda today.
Yeah, like you need to chill.
That's being held accountable.
Exactly.
And
like you said,
and people take offense to it.
Yeah, they do.
That's why there's so many killings.
And see, and I will say this, like you said, perfect example, man. We have so much free will, but people forget that just because you have free will or freedom of speech or freedom of this, that doesn't mean you're free from consequences.
Free from consequences.
Everything you do has a consequence.
Yeah, you believe in free speech? I do. Speech.
Free speech.
Free speech. Fausto, come here, Fausto. No. But free speech, be prepared.
Yeah.
Because
you can say
just
what
because
you want.
You can say what you want, but
that don't mean
you can't get your ass whooped.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Or the law can come in and say, hey, yeah, you have free speech to a certain extent.
Yeah, but once it infringes on somebody else's rights.
You can't say, well,
that's where it's at.
I'm gonna go murder. Exactly.
You can say it. Yeah, you can say it, but that don't mean
you're gonna be looked at.
You'll be held accountable
especially if that person dies.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine saying stuff like that if somebody records
it? Yeah, it's
just joking around.
Bro, it's even like that online. Huh? If you tell somebody, "Hey, go, do this to yourself," and they do it, you will be charged. Accountable. Yeah, you will get charged for that. It's cool to have them kinds of people that you can be, like you said, accountable with, man. But not everybody has that, and that's what this lady, man, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that's what happened to her.
Found out, man, she let in somebody too close.
The problem with this is there's no closure for nobody right now.
Yeah, because of what's going on with this, bro. Yeah. Overturn the conviction,
we're
bro.
looking already a year and nothing. I haven't heard anything in the news.
I haven't heard. I didn't see anything else come out of this. So.
And usually I do more Netflix and Max than Hulu or anything else.
But we will stay updated because if anything changes, we'll shout that out.
There's so many times that we always come back and let them know, hey,
exactly, like with Boy in the Box, things like that. Yeah. So, man, if this case intrigued y'all, man, thank y'all for sticking around for this case. Yeah. If there's an update, we will let y'all know. Yeah. We will let y'all know. But, man, we're at a good stopping point, man. Is there anything you want to say before we head out here?
Same as always is we can't stress how much we enjoy doing this. And listening or reading y'all's comments, y'all's likes. We have so many platforms that we try to get to, and like I said, we've always said we've got full-time jobs. We would like to do this full-time ourselves.
Oh yeah.
But so excuse us if we don't get to you immediately. I know Tana, she's a big. Tana and Anna, big supporters who
big time
are always commenting. Everybody else had a guy named Rudy I met one day at an establishment here, and he was like, "Big Unc," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man," and then all of a sudden he tries to duplicate my voice,
right.
But he's like, "Man," he goes, "As soon as you walked in, I recognized you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that." It makes us
cool
feel
for
good,
us, man.
We're living in a small community and not always have a lot of support.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But we have more support than we think.
Yeah, exactly. We do appreciate the support y'all give us day in and day out, the comments y'all leave, the messages y'all send. We really do appreciate it.
Most definitely.
It really means the world to me and Unc. And like I said, man, we're going to keep doing this as long as y'all keep supporting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, thank y'all again for sticking around for another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Unc and Nephew, man. Exactly. And in 2 weeks from now, y'all.
Peace.